Hello everyone and welcome to this month's Pinterest program. We are going to be making some super cute fall jars. I'm really excited about this one. I've seen it on Pinterest for forever. I've been wanting to do it and now we finally are. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough people to come into the library for Pinterest. That's okay. If you guys like doing it virtually, that works for me. Next month, we will have that in-person option again, and we will kind of see who wants to come out and, who wants to do it virtually, and we'll go from there. Before we start, in your kits, you should have some twine and ribbon, your jar, a whole bunch of leaves, and a container of Mod Podge. You are going to need a paintbrush or sponge brush. I like using the sponge brush with Mod Podge. It's just easy. Some scissors, and then if you've got any kind of like glitter or other things that you want to add to it, go for it. You can also use real leaves if you would like to. With the fake leaves, you're going to want to give these a good rinse wash before you use them because there's like a coating on them that was preventing them from sticking to the jar, which is why I have one already on our jar. I was testing that out a little bit. So once you give it a good rinse wash, you'll feel that it's softer, and that's when it's ready to be put on the jar. You just want to make sure that it's going to stick. If it doesn't stick to your jar, Mod Podge is clear. It dries clear. So you can just peel it off, give it another rinse, and try it again. So as you can see, we've got one leaf on here. You're just going to kind of pick and choose where you would like your leaves to go. You're going to need probably at least 5 or 6 leaves to fill the jar. You can overlap them a little if you want, however you want your jar to look. So when you are ready to add a leaf, you're going to put a base coat on the jar. We've got some here already. Like I said, I was already playing around with this a little bit. You are going to pick a leaf. On the back of it, you're going to put a little Mod Podge on there as well. Doesn't have to cover the whole thing. And then you are going to stick it on the jar. Your fingers will get messy. You also will want to have something underneath you because Mod Podge always winds up getting everywhere when I use it. And as you can see, the leaf is just flattening down onto the jar as we brush this on. That is exactly what we want to happen. If you notice that it's just kind of like peeling up, you haven't rinsed out the leaf enough. And it's okay, you can put it on while it's still damp. So just give it another rinse under the sink, wring it out, dab it with a dishcloth, and then try it again. So you can see it's sticking down nice. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next leaf and fill my jar, and then I will be back to show you guys what we do after all the leaves are on. Okay, so I have all of my leaves on now. However, there are some gaps. You can choose to do whatever you would like for those gaps. I think I might cut a few little leaf pieces to add to it. You don't have to if you want to put some glitter, or a really quick tip is if you want to add like a drop or two of food coloring to your Mod Podge, that will change the color of the coating. And if you wanted to have like a nice red or orange coat on your jar, you can do that. That would be really cool to fill in those gaps. Or you can leave it as is. If you just want nice light shining through with some pretty fall leaves, that works great too. I'm going to add the couple leaf pieces that I want to add in here just because I don't like the big gaps. So probably just one here, maybe one there, and maybe one down here. And that's all I'm really going to add to it. Once we are done with that, I will be back and I will show you guys how to finish up our jars. Okay, so I think my jar is pretty well covered. I like how it looks. To add the last few touches, we don't have to wait for the jar to dry if you don't want. If you want to wait, see if you need to add a few more leaves, go for it. I'm not going to wait because I'm impatient. Now, I included twine and ribbon because I wanted you guys to have the option. You don't have to do both. You can choose to do one or the other. You also might want some hot glue and some scissors with you to kind of tweak how you're going to do this. A lot of the pictures showed multiple times wrapping the twine and then a bow in the front. I think I might combine some methods here. For mine, I think I'm going to twist some twine around a few times. So what I'm going to do for that is I am going to, and you don't have to do any of this, by the way. If you like the jar as is, just some fall leaves on it, you can definitely leave it like that. Be as creative as you'd like. So I'm going to take the center point of the full length of twine and I'm just going to put it at the back of the ribbon, and then I'm just going to start twisting it around and around. I'm just wanting to cover up some of the jar lid here. And once it's in a good spot, I'm just going to knot this. Now my twine is separate from my ribbon. I'm planning on overlapping. So if you're not planning on overlapping, this is where you'd want to tie a bow or kind of do whatever you'd like with it. For the ribbon, I'm going to flip this around, and actually, now that that's the front, I might add one more piece of leaf here real quick. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the ribbon that I did with the twine, just in reverse. And I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. Let me just add this last piece of leaf here. Otherwise, that blank spot's going to bother me. Perfectionism is kicking in a little bit there. All right, and you can add your ribbon in a different spot other than what I'm doing. This is just one example of how to do it. You guys get creative, and of course, send us pictures when you're done. We love seeing the finished products. It's so cool to see how creative everyone is. So I'm going to take the center point of the ribbon, and I'm just going to overlap where the twine was. And actually, now that I see it, I don't know if I want to do it that way. I think I might do it right underneath the twine, yeah. No, actually I'm going to go over it. I'm very indecisive today. All right, and we're going to tie this just right there. Make them a cute little bow. And then just adjust the ends as need be. You can make your bow as big or as small as your ribbon allows and as you would like. A little bit smaller here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to clip the ends, make it kind of cute. And then our jar is done. You guys will see my finished picture with a little candlelight in it. And that's it. Like I said, we would love to see your finished projects because we can't see them in person yet. But that is going to be the adorable fall jar. If you don't like how some of the twine's sticking out, feel free to trim it or glue it down. That's where the hot glue would come in handy. There we go. Looks good to me now. And if you want your ribbon in a specific place, you can do that too. So you'll trim it down and it's going to dry clear. You guys will see a finished picture of this. Throw in a little tea light. Doesn't have to be a real one. If you do use a real one, please be careful with fire. And that's it. That is our adorable fall jar. I hope you guys had a ton of fun. And if you haven't signed up already, next month we're going to do a fun little sign that says boo for, the spooky season. So enjoy, have fun crafting, send us pictures, and we will see you guys next month. Thanks and have a good night.